Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to this training of ABAP on HANA. In this training, we will be going through the different requirements and different functionalities which is available in Suite on HANA, whether it is ERP, whether it is ECC, whether it is SCM, or it is PLM, and now it's coming up is SRM on HANA. So we will see that how the ABAP skills can be leveraged here, how the ABAP engineers can use the functionalities which is available in HANA Studio, in HANA database, how they can create the views in HANA database, the dictionary views, and how they can see it and use them in their reports. Okay, so let's get started. So to start with, I'll just go through a brief overview of SAP HANA before getting into the complex things of SAP ABAP on HANA. Okay, so as you guys know that the architecture has changed for SAP HANA. The architecture is no more either a row based or a column based, but it is a combination of both row based and a column based. So we can get the benefit of both. So we can get the benefit of the row store as well as column store. So as you can see that here in this particular diagram, you can see that this is your row store tables, the stores tables by row. So you can store the attributes here. Okay, so this is one row where you have say attributes, different attributes are stored here. And so this is mainly is for the OLTP based applications, and applications often process single records at once. Okay, so things like master data and all. So for that, configuration tables. So for these kind of tables, it is recommended to use row store. Okay, and wherever there is aggregation and fast searching is required, you can go for column store tables. Okay, now column store tables, as you can see that this one row is, this is how the data is picked up in chunks. It's read in chunks. Okay, you can see that one row can read so much of data, and this simplifies, this speeds up the read process. Okay, so that the search and the calculations, the aggregations are very fast here. The scanning is very fast. Okay, so now here it's given example of the other aspect, which is the dictionary compression. Okay, how the compression takes place in HANA database. You can see this is your classical row store. Okay, you have these three columns and these are the different rows which is present here. Okay, this is your column store. Okay, so in column store you will have, this is like, you have, it is read like this basically. You have this, it's read like one complete table. Okay, and as you can see that as these values are getting repeated, so the dictionary for attribute column can be grouped. Okay, so these are the index vectors here stored in one memory chunk. So you can read this chunk as one shot, and it is easier to compress them because once you put it in this format, you have one structure created here and you have just 0, 1, 2, which makes it pretty small size and it becomes very easy to compress. So the compression achieved is extremely high. You can get compression up to 16 or 8 or 20 also, but on a safety basis, we take a compression of factor of say 3 or 4. Okay, so this is showing that how the compression is done. Okay, how the compression is achieved in HANA database. You can see that your column name, this is in uncompressed format. Okay, so this is your value ID sequence, one element for each row in one column. Okay, so this is how you can see that how we can do the sorting and how the dictionary compression happens. You can see that these are mapped to say 1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are values which is stored, which helps to compress and reduce the size drastically. Okay, now you can see that how the distributed in-memory computing takes place. You can see there are three different servers here. Server 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and you can see how the execution layer is leveraging the power of other CPUs. Okay, other memory which is available. So you can say one big chunk has come for execution and it is spread into three different servers, and how three different servers they together is computing this particular data as a single unit. Okay, so here you are seeing that same thing. Basically you have how you have grouped these two tables. Say for example you have node 1, 2, 3, so you have this information present here. Node 2 is having starting from 40, 50, 60, so this information is present here, and how you can together add this. This is part of the table, you can say, is present here, part is present here, and how you can club that together. So you can use the scaling, you can spread your table into multiple systems, thereby getting a good read write functionality. Good, basically you are leveraging the power of all the systems at one shot. Okay, then here it's about the multi-core architecture and parallelization. Okay, so as you can see that how we say, for example, this is your data. Okay, so you can see, okay, this ABC has gone into this, DE has gone into this server, and these are the cores from these two servers are leveraged and they are running in parallel. Okay, so this is about the parallelism. Okay, now this is one major thing for the DBAs, for the ABAPers. They can take note that most of the processing, most of the calculation is going to happen here in this layer. So this is where you will be seeing how you can leverage your views which you create in SAP HANA, like attribute view, analytic view, calculation view. So once you create them in HANA, how you can use them in the application layer, and you will see how you can identify the bottlenecks in the application layer and leverage the processing and processing part which is available in the calculation layer in the HANA database. So basically identifying wherever there is a exchange of data is taking place which is quite heavy, you can push that into the HANA database, so that all the calculation stuff, all the complexity of database is taking place here, and once the results are calculated, then only the data is sent back. So the data transfer is minimized. Okay, and application layer is not playing much part there, because you are using the database layer to do all your processing there, and once the results are there, that is the time when you use this layer to show those results. Okay, now why do we need HANA? So people ask that what is the trend or key trends behind the need for HANA. So here you can see that these are three major trends. First is the exploding data volume. Data volume is growing like anything. It is multiplying almost on daily basis. Okay, so the sheer volume and size of enterprise data is leading to growing IT and business challenges in making sense of information. And as the data grows, it becomes difficult to process that in the available memory that is there. Okay, so we find the bottlenecks in the disks at that point of time, that okay, we have say such huge terabytes of data in our database, and the disks are not that fast enough, and basically the disks are not as fast as the memory. So with HANA you are leveraging the memory for doing a reading work. Okay, so that's where you are using the power of memory, HANA, for doing the reading, for doing the calculation within memory, inside memory. And another thing reason is new types of data, like for example you have social media, you have unstructured data, images are there, machines, device, sensor. So all that type of data need to be handled, and that data is pretty heavy, so to manage that it requires a lot of processing power. Okay, then next thing is need for faster access. So everyone needs faster. So say for example, if you are working on or browsing any site or doing anything, if it is slow, then you would not like to wait for that for long. Okay, then another key challenges for both IT and business is it's costly for IT, basically the high cost and TCO associated with purchasing and maintaining IT infrastructure. Basically what is happening is that when the data volume is increasing, you require complex architecture, you require complex environment, complex hardware, and to maintain that it requires a lot of resources as well, because it becomes complex and more complex to, so that we need the simplicity there. We need to identify how to make it fast, how to make it simple, how to make so that the operational and transactional things can run faster, analytics can be run faster. So that is where the HANA is playing its role. Okay, now here you can see what is today's situation. You can see that today in the real life business transaction, say for example you are sending some data, okay, you are posting in real time, okay, reporting is in real time, aggregation is in real time. So all that in real time can happen only when you have in-memory database. So that is where the HANA comes into picture, because otherwise you are sending the data, it will go to the transactional system, it will go to the data warehouse, it will come here for the insights and the action, and that will take a lot of time. So to cut short this time, okay, so that is where the in-memory database is playing the part, and that's where you can see that how you can just send something and immediately you will get the analysis and insight action there, because there is no aggregation, there is no data staging, there is no data mart. So intermediate storage is eliminated. So you are getting real-time loading into HANA data. You are getting high performance, large volume data processing in memory. Then you get fast, flexible and detailed analytics over large volumes. Okay, and that's how you can see the analysis and insight action pretty fast. Okay, now let's see the different use cases for HANA. So HANA was released 3 years back, and we can see that it is getting popularity like anything. Reason being, we have seen the different challenge people are facing and the different products that are available for you guys, for the business, for us are, first thing is the accelerated analytics. So that is using HANA as an accelerator. So what is that? Say for example, if the IT is doing say MRP run, it is taking a lot of time. So instead of modifying or making a big massive change, what they can do is they can just use HANA as an accelerator. They can send the data to HANA system, whatever data they have issues or whatever takes more time. So that data can be sent into HANA, and the accelerated faster results can be sent back to the MRP run, so that the MRP run can run faster. So that is one example that how you can use HANA as an accelerator. That is, wherever you feel that in your company there's some programs that is taking a lot of time, so you can identify those programs, you can identify the data used by those programs, you can send that, replicate that data into HANA via tools like SLT, that is SAP's landscape transformation tool, or you can use some other tools, like there are other tools available. You can use BODS for an example. Okay, that is business objects data services. Then you have BW on HANA. So that is another product where you can do analytics much faster. Okay, so analytics, like people used to take say programs, or in data warehouse it is running for days to complete it. So that's where the power is of memory is playing into picture. So they can run those programs say within minutes, if not within say, they can cut short the time drastically. They can reduce the time by there are cases where the time is reduced by 100 times, 1000 times, and it can, depending on what type of problem it is, what type of bottlenecks are in terms of performance. Okay, then this third one which we will be seeing in this training mostly is the business suite on HANA. That is SAP's key products like ERP, SRM, SCM, PLM, SRM. So all these products, they can run HANA as a database, as an application. And the key benefit for business suite on HANA is that first time you can have both analytics as well as transactions in the same server. So you don't have to replicate the data between analytics and transactions. So that is one big power of HANA. Okay, so that's where it's a big change you will be seeing, because you are no more duplicating the data. So whatever transactional data is coming, you are generating the analytics based on the same data only. Okay, so then you have next is, you can see there is real-time apps are there. Okay, there are some applications which is developed for the real-time analytics. Okay, then there is a cloud-based solutions are coming from SAP. The HEC HANA Enterprise Cloud is coming. So that's where you can use HANA as a service is coming up. So these are the new developments which is taking place to leverage the power of HANA. Okay, so that is pretty much I wanted to cover in this particular topic. Thank you for joining and have a nice day. Bye bye.